All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Outside the Box. We're coming to you live on Halloween, October 31st, 2010. We have several guests that are joining us tonight in studio to promote this free energy conference that's coming up on 11/11/2010 in Portland, Oregon. So we're going to be talking with Joel Garbon and John as well that is organizing this event. There's going to be a number of speakers at this particular event, John Manning as well, and Sterling Allan. This is actually the first show that we're doing on free energy, and this is a very important conversation. This is a very important topic, so in a few moments, we're going to be joined by our guests, Joel and John. We had a couple videos here, but we're also having computers crash all around us. The CG's actually decided not to work tonight, but we're going to make do with what we have. So in just a few minutes, Joel and John will be joining us to promote their event that they're going to be having in Forest Grove. Bill, if you want to cue them, they can come on in and get seated, and we will go on with the program. Tonight, we'll take your phone calls at 503-288-4442. That's 503-288-4442. So there's a free energy conference, and of course, there is information on this particular website here, abundantcleanenergy.org. That is, again, one more time, abundantcleanenergy.org. In fact, I met Joel a couple years ago, and it's good to see him again. And so John's with us, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Again, we'll take your phone calls if you want to join the conversation on this very important topic that needs to be discussed, because certainly a lot of people like to talk about the problem. Certainly a lot of people like to talk about the problems with dependency on fossil fuels. But in the greater scheme of things, we have to be looking at tangible solutions that are available at our fingertips. Joel, thanks for coming on.
Alex, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. John, thank you for coming on.
Nice to meet you. Left-handed shake is always
All
good.
right. So you're on the show now. Go ahead and start with an introduction into this event that's coming up on 11/11/2010 in Forest Grove.
Can I get clipped in here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. All right, I can. All right, peace. We are here today, Joel and I, to talk about a very important subject surrounding energy. We believe, as do many other Americans, that the future is here. We have all the energy we need. We just need to know where to look for it. We have a lot to talk about. I don't know where to start, except this is real. This is not smoke and mirrors. Fact of the matter is, on November 11th, we're going to talk very, very seriously, and hopefully as deeply as you want to, the public that is, about this subject of energy. We've been, unfortunately, misguided, misdirecting in our thinking and our investments, and I believe that now is the time to start looking to the truth about energy. And Joel and Jeane Manning and Sterling Allan is going to help educate my community, Forest Grove and Hillsboro. Those are the communities where I spend most of my time. And I'm looking forward to bringing it to these people.
So Joel, this is your book. You haven't read it, but it looks very interesting. Breakthrough Power, and there's more information at breakthroughpower.net.
Right,
Okay, so tell us about the book.
Well, Breakthrough Power, this is a collaboration between my co-author, Jeane Manning, and myself. Jeane has a long history as an investigative reporter and a researcher specifically in the new energy field. And when we talk about new energy, we're not talking about wind, solar, and biofuels. I mean, everyone hears a lot about that, but there's all kinds of different options that go well beyond those conventional renewables. So what got Jeane ignited was when she heard this inventor up in British Columbia, where she lives, talk about a new magnetic technology that produced excess energy. And Jeane had no background in conventional science. She was trained in the social sciences, but this was so intriguing to her that she embarked on this journey to start to investigate and write about it and lecture about it. Jeane and I met a few years later when a few other citizens, including a former Apollo astronaut, invited us to come and collaborate in starting an organization called the New Energy Movement. And the New Energy Movement is a nonprofit that has the mission to educate about these breakthrough advances in energy that don't show up in the newspapers, that none of our policymakers talk about, that you'll never hear about discussed in a university physics class, but yet are very real. we have lots of contacts directly with the inventor community and the maverick science community that have been developing these things for years. And I've seen a number of the technologies myself. I've brought a sample of one here with me just to give you a real quick example that these are indeed real. But what we always like to see is when a citizen such as John Cornett steps forward and says, hey, look, I recognize that what you guys are talking about is very important, so I'm going to set up a venue and I'm going to invite the audience to come from the mainstream public and hear about this. And
So
this is exactly what John has set up out of Pacific University for November 11th.
This is a free conference.
Yes,
So
yes,
anyone watching this show tonight can go down on 11/11. Doesn't matter if you got enough change to get on the bus and get out to Forest Grove. You can, of course, check out this event.
Free
11/11 is a
food and
good date.
drinks. Free food and drinks.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Seriously.
hopefully people are going to come together.
We're not trying to sell you something, folks. You will be able to pick up a copy of Joel's book there, and he'll even autograph it for you. And Jeane Manning will be there to, the co-author, to endorse that as well.
We have another colleague who will also be at this evening's presentation. And it's going to be split up where Jeane Manning will speak for a little bit. My colleague Sterling Allan will also speak in the middle section. And